Hello viewers, this side Anupama, your trainer. Welcome to the brand new video of Revit Structure. So guys, this video is a complete tutorial series of G+5 residential building from basic to advanced level. Basically, I will be using 3 software in this complete series. So the softwares are AutoCAD, Revit Structure and Robot Structure Analysis. But in the first part, that is in this video, I will be covering AutoCAD and Revit Structure only. Later in the part 2, I will be dealing with robot structure analysis for complete structural detailing. So what are the topics that I am going to cover in robot structure analysis are how to define the loads, how to apply loads, code selections, run analysis, reinforcement detailing for all the structural members, load combination, design of foundation as well, and solve the error problems. So let us see the topics that we are going to cover in this video today. So they are how we can prepare the file, AutoCAD file for the Revit, then initial setting of in the Revit, setting up the labels, how we can import the AutoCAD file into the Revit, how to create the grids, visual settings, 3D visual settings, how to solve the alignment problems, modeling of all the structural members, how to define the concrete slab, modeling of the slab, modeling of the staircase slab, how to solve the overlapping in Revit, how to tackle the modeling issues, then proper application in Revit, modeling of the multi-level, providing the support condition, and finally how to export from Revit to robot our model. So guys, first time you are getting such kind of solution in this platform, so stay tuned and watch the video till end, and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe our channel. We really need your support to enhance our content. So without further ado, let's quickly jump into the video. So the first thing that we are going to cover in this video, the first topic is that how we can prepare the AutoCAD file for Revit. Okay. So this topic is a very important one and we are going to do that professionally. Okay. So here you can see that I have opened the AutoCAD plan over here. Okay. And we have two plans here. The one that is in the left side is the ground floor plan and the right one is your first floor plan. Okay. So the first thing we need to do is that we need to separate these two files and then save them individually. So we'll save the left hand side plan as in ground floor plan and the right hand side plan as the first floor plan. Okay. So how to do that? Okay, the first thing is that how we are going to do that and why we need to do that. Okay. So first of all, let me show you how we can do that, and then later we'll see why we need to do that. Okay. So first of all, select this file. Just double click and select this file and just press on Ctrl C. So now just press Ctrl V. Okay. Then it will ask to specify the point. So click at any point here. Okay. So the next thing is that we'll follow the same step for the first floor as well. Okay. So go to the main file. Okay. Similarly, we'll select this first floor. Okay. Just double click and select it. Okay. Press on Ctrl C. So we are going to save this individually. Okay. Now Ctrl V. Specify any point. Okay. Remember one thing that you should follow the same step if you have more floors. Okay. So this is the first step what we need to do. So now the next thing is that here in this floor plan you can see that this is the origin here. Okay. and here this is the origin. Okay, now what we are going to do is that we're just going to simply move this origin to this edge. Okay, so just select it. Okay, and just place it here. Then similarly for this, just you have to select it, look it, and move this to this edge. See, you have to just simply click and drag it. Okay, so now what is the benefit of this? Okay, so the benefit is that this is our ground floor and this is our first floor, isn't it? So the ground floor should be below the first floor, or you can say that the first floor should be above the ground floor. So in that way we need to go to Revit and then manually adjust all the things. Okay, but it will automatically get taken care by the software itself. So in this way you have to prepare the software for the Revit. Now let's save this file. Just click Ctrl Shift S, Ctrl S. So I'm saving it as your ground floor plan. Okay, let me check it once. Yeah, this one is ground floor. So just write ground floor plan and then save it. Now let us save this first floor. Okay, similarly press Ctrl S and write here first floor. And save it. So we are done. So now we'll do one more modification. Okay, so if you want to import this file correctly, okay, so if you don't want these written things, okay, and exactly we don't need this as well. Okay, we don't need these written things here, so we can delete it, or you can just turn that off at Revit itself. Okay, as of now I'm not going to delete anything here. Okay, so just now just close the window, just close the AutoCAD and end of this part. Okay, now we are going to start the next part. The next part is the initial setting in the Revit. So what are the setting we need to do before we start any project in the Revit? Okay, now next we are in the Revit. Okay, so now we are going to see how we can do the initial setting for the AutoCAD file that we are going to import into Revit basically. Okay, so it is very important to notice that if you want to create a new file, you have to go to this option, create a Revit model file, new Revit model file. Just click on this. Then you can see that you will get these template files. So there are different options of templates over here. So you have to choose the right template. Okay, so make sure that we'll be using this structural template. Okay, but not the other like construction template or architectural template or mechanical template. We'll be using the structural one, because if you want to do some kind of structural detailing work for the same file and export it to the robot structure analysis software or any other software for detailing, then it is very important that you have to go with the structural template. So it's a very important point, just remember that. Okay, so you can go to the your browser, you can browse here. So as soon as you browse, you can see there are options for structural analysis for template of metric and imperial. Okay, so as our project is totally based on metric, that is in centimeter, meter, so we are going to use the structural analysis default metric templates. Okay, so not the imperial one. So you have to choose that as per your project's need. Okay, so as my project is completely based on metric, so I'm using the metric structural template. Okay, so now just structural analysis default metric, I'm using this. Just open it and click here OK. So you can see here, as the Revit is opened, we are already in the level 2 of the structural plan. Okay, so we are by default in the level 2. Okay, so we'll discuss about this in the later part as we move further in the video, but now right now let us concentrate in the initial setting. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to set the unit for the project. Okay, so this is the basic and the first thing we need to do. Okay, so for that go to manage, and from here go to the project units option, or you can type UN as a shortcut key for project unit. Okay, so here you can see that all the units are present here, different units like length, area, volume, angle, slope, currency, okay, mass, density, everything is here. Okay, so you can change all this as per as your project requirement. Okay, but right now, as I have told you just now, that we are using our project is completely based on metric. Okay, so here the length is already in Okay, but how can we decide that we have to go with or feet or any other things? Okay, as we are following the AutoCAD file, isn't it? So it is very important to check once whether we are following the right unit or not. Okay, so for that let me open the AutoCAD file. Okay, so I'm opening the ground floor plan. Okay, so I have opened here the ground floor plan. Okay, so now I'm going to see the dimension here. For that, let me type here DI. Okay, to measure the distance. Okay, now let's measure the thickness. So first of all, we have to specify the first point. So let's see this thickness of this wall. So I have specified is the first point, and this is the second point. So you can see here it's 150. Okay, so obviously it is 150 So you have seen already that it is 150 Okay, so it is obvious that it will be in Okay, it cannot be like 150 meter or 150 centimeter. So I hope you have not seen any wall of 150 meter, 150 in centimeter or meter, isn't it? So this is the initial setting, okay, which must be done before starting any project in Revit Structure as per AutoCAD plan. Okay, so just go to here and just click on OK. So we have already set the unit here. So next, the thing which we are going to do is that how to set up the levels. So we are going to set up the levels. So let's see how we can do that. Okay, now to set up the levels, we have to go to the project browser under elevation. So there are different options of elevation, building elevations. So we have to go to the any of this, we have to choose to any of this elevation. Okay, so let me go to the south elevation. So you can see here we have these two levels already available here. So if you want to modify these existing levels, then just double click on this level and you can rename here. So let me rename it as ground level, okay, GL. Similarly, so would you like to rename corresponding views? Yes. So next, rename this one, sorry, this one is ground level, let me change it as ground floor roof, okay, and this one as ground level. So now if you want to set the distance between these two floors, okay, so it's 3000 from ground level to ground floor roof. But if you want to change this, let me change the distance now. Similarly, you have to just double click here, and I'm changing it to 3400 here, okay. So it will automatically adjust the distance here. So now if you want to draw more levels here, then in that case go to the architectural tab, and from architectural tab there is an option under datum, that is level and grid. There are two options, so we are going to choose the level, and the shortcut for level is LL. So just click on level. So just simply click on the level. Now with the help of this, after clicking on that, you will find two options, okay, one is line and one is peak line. So I'm going to select the peak lines, okay, because with the help of this it will pick lines. And if you after you pick lines, then you have to set the offset here, okay. So if you want to set the foundation level below this ground level, so all you need to do is that just to set up the offset here, okay. So let me take an offset of here of 1800, okay. Now if I hold the cursor, my mouse cursor, I can create the level at upper level, upper side, as well as the below of the ground level, okay. So now I have to create below this ground level, so just click here, okay. So you can see here I have successfully created the level 3 here, and it is at minus 1800, okay. So remember one thing, we don't need to put the minus sign here whenever we set the offset here, okay. So it will automatically be done by this software, okay. Here we just need to put here up and down to create the levels, okay. Just we have to move the cursor up and down to create the levels. Otherwise we don't need to put here any negative signs or positive sign over here to set the offset, okay. Now suppose if you want to create more levels above this ground floor roof, you can see from here to here it is your 3400. So I'll just write here 3400, okay, 3400. Now I'm going to set the offset here, so I'm going to click on the ground floor roof, okay. Then similarly just click here at the level 4, then click here, just click on level 5, then level 6, okay, and now level 7. So we need this number of levels for this project. Okay, so now just we need to rename all these levels. Okay, similarly what we have done before. Okay, so let me rename it as foundation level. And this has first floor lab roof. Second floor roof. Third floor roof. And finally your fourth floor roof. So in this way you have to set up the levels and rename, and this is how you can rename all the levels. So here you can also change the distance. Suppose it's 70,000. Let me make it 18,000. So you can see here it will automatically adjust itself the distance. Okay, so let me click on Control C. I don't want this. Control Z. Yeah, so these are some of the levels. Okay, these are some of the levels directly from my project. Okay, so this is all about your levels. We are done with the levels now. The next part is all about how can we import the AutoCAD file into the Revit. Okay, so now let's see that. So now next, after placing the levels, the next thing which we are going to do is now we are going to import the AutoCAD file into Revit. Okay, so first of all what we need to do is that come to the ground level. Okay, so this is the ground floor level. Okay, so the next thing is that in this level we are going to import our AutoCAD file. Okay, so for that we have to just simply go to insert. So here is an option called insert, just click on that. Okay, so here you will get different options. The one is the link and the other one is the import. Okay, so here we have two options. One is link CAD and another is your import CAD. Okay, so let me tell you the difference of these two. Okay, first of all, then we are going to import the file. So if you link the CAD file, okay, into the Revit, then the difference is that whatever changes you are going to make in the AutoCAD file in future, okay, the changes will appear here in the Revit file automatically. Okay, but the same thing doesn't work if you import the CAD. Okay, if you only import the CAD file, it won't be visible here. The changes, whatever you do in the AutoCAD file, the changes won't be visible here in the Revit file. Okay, so that's the main difference between the import CAD file and link CAD file. Okay, so that's the difference. So but in this video I'm going to import the CAD file. Okay, I'm not going to link the CAD file. Okay, so just click on the import CAD. Okay, now you have to locate the file where you have saved the file of your AutoCAD. Okay, so I have saved here in the documents part. Okay, so now simply click on the ground floor plan. Okay, so as soon as you click here, you will get different options over here. Okay, So there is an options of color. Okay, so there are different options. So I'm selecting the preserve, then layers and levels, it will be all, then import units. Okay, so what units you want to keep, so I'm keeping here auto detect. Okay, then positioning, so there are different options, so I'm choosing the origin to internal origin. Then place it, so where you want to place it, it's ground level. Okay, now just open it. So you will see here the file has automatically imported into the Revit. Okay, successfully imported. Now we are going to do the same thing for the ground floor roof. Okay, so click on the ground floor plan, structural plan, and similarly go to import CAD. Okay, follow the same step what we have done for the ground level. Okay, now just click on first floor. Okay, and here you have to keep all the things similar and just open it. Place at, yeah, you have to choose here the ground floor. Okay, roof, then open. See, it's placed here. So now let's go to 3D and let's see. So you can see that it is placed one above the other. So this is why previously I have told you that to keep that in the origin. That's the reason. Okay, so it is placed one above the other successfully. Okay, so now, so in the next part we'll be seeing the different settings, then how can we hide the layers, how can we hide all these things. Okay, so now we are going to create the grids. Okay, so here you can see in this file the grids are not created. So the file which we have imported from CAD, the grids are not here. So we are going to first of all place the grids. Okay, so go to structure and here there's an option called grid under datum. Okay, so just click on grid. The shortcut for grid is GR. Okay, so now first we are going to do it vertically. We are going to place the vertically, then we are going to draw it horizontally. Okay, so here let us start drawing. Okay, this is the first grid. Second grid. This is the third grid. Okay, so we have placed vertically all the grids. Now let us place it horizontally in the other direction. Okay, so let's start from here. So we don't need here 4. So here we have placed as 1 2 3. We have named as 1 2 3. So we have to change here the naming. Okay, so let me change it to suppose capital A. Okay, similarly now we are going to place here the next grid. Okay, so you can see here as soon as I have entered here A, so it has taken as B. So this is the power of Revit. Okay, it can automatically detect the things. So the next grid from here, just a second. This is C. Next from here, so this is D. this is so we have placed here all the grid here. Okay, just come out of the command. So you can change the elbow here. Okay, similarly you can change here. So if you want to add elbow, you can click from here. Okay, so after creating the grids, the next thing which we are going to do is to see some of the visual settings. Okay, so I'm not going to change any of the setting right now in my project, but uh, let me show you what is the procedure to hide all the layers. So if you want to hide the dimension, it doesn't look good, isn't it? The annotations part, the dimension part, it doesn't look good here. So for that, what is the right procedure that you can hide it? Okay, so let me show you that. So if you want to hide in your project all those things, then you can follow these steps. Okay, so for that you have to go to the visibility graphics. So for that you can type shortcut key for visibility graphics is VZ, or you can go to view and from there here visibility graphics. Okay, so from visibility graphics there is an option called imported categories. Okay, just click on that, then you will see all the structural plans here, all the plans whatever you have, you will be importing from the AutoCAD, it will be shown here. So right now I have imported two files, isn't it? Two floor plans, that is the first floor and the ground floor plan. Okay, so from here I don't know why the options are not showing here. So it is to show all the options like annotations, then your like dimensions. So you can hide from here, you have to just click on that and you have to hide from here. Okay, and just you have to apply. Okay, and you have to click on OK. Okay, nothing more you have to do here to just hide all those things. Okay, but if you want to hide, suppose the one thing is that if you hide this annotation and dimension from the ground floor plan or whatever structural plan, okay, it will be not visible in the plans, but it will be visible in the 3D. So in the 3D view you have to hide it separately. Okay, so you cannot hide, if you hide here in the ground plans, in the structural plans, the annotations won't be hidden here in the 3D view. So for that what you have to do is that you have to first come to the 3D view. Okay, you have to open the 3D view, then you have to go to this visibility graphics. Okay, then important categories. Okay, then you have to change the setting from here. Okay, so otherwise, like here it is showing that for 3D views, isn't it? So for 3D views it have to show here that it is for the 3D views. Okay, then you can hide that. Okay, so directly you cannot hide all those annotation and dimension, all those layers, whatever you want to hide from the structural plans. You have to go to 3D view and then you have to hide all those things. Okay, just remember that. Okay, and one more thing I want to show you here, that as I have drawn the grids here, so it is almost from the origin to origin. Okay, so I have drawn in the ground floor plan. Okay, but if you go to the ground floor roof, then you can see that there is some alignment problem in the grids, isn't it? See, it's not in the origin. Okay, so we'll see how can we solve these alignment problems in the structural plans. Okay, so we can use the option move. The shortcut for move is MV. Okay, to solve this alignment problem, so just select it. Okay, and just move it. Just a second. But still the problem is not solved. Okay, So we can use the option called alignment to completely solve this. Okay, so just go to the alignment option. The shortcut for alignment is AL, and just click here and click here and just lock it. Okay, and now yeah, now it is okay. And now lock here. So now you can see that the grids are perfectly done. Okay, no doubt you can use the move command, but using this alignment command, it will give you a good result. Okay, so you can see here, so it is perfectly done now. Okay, so it is passing through the center, all the grids are passing through the center. Okay, so let's see in the other floor, the ground roof, the ground floor roof. So you can see it is done here. Okay, so this is how you can solve this alignment problem. Okay, and just remember that you have to solve this problem before modeling your structure. Okay, otherwise it can create some difficulties, some issues while modeling. Okay, so the next part which we are going to do is that how we can model the columns. Okay, so in the next part we'll be doing the modeling of the columns. So now we are going to model your structural column. Okay, so as we are going to model structural columns, so we have to select the structural tab over here. From structural tab we have to go to the structural column. Okay, so the shortcut for structural column is CL. So in the property box you can see there are different options for column. There is a concrete rectangular column as well and your steel column as well. So as we are working on the concrete rectangular column, so we have to use this rectangular column. Okay, concrete rectangular column. So as of now I'm taking this 300 into 350, but I want to modify this size of this column. For that I have to go to edit tab, and from here you have to duplicate it. Okay, so I'm making it as 300 into 300 mm. Okay, so if you want then you can check the dimension as well before changing the dimension. Okay, so from here, from dimension, so you have just named it now, so you have to change the dimension from here. So braid is as 300 and this is as 300. Okay, so just click OK. So you can see here it is uploaded successfully. Now we are going to place it one by one. Okay, so we just need to click it. Okay, we just need to click it and it will be placed here. Okay, so we are going to place the columns where the columns were originally placed in this plan. Okay, so similarly we are going to place that. Okay, so we are placing here the columns. Okay, so we are placing here one by one. So you have to just click it, okay, and nothing else you have to do it. So here I have successfully placed the columns. Okay, so let's see in the 3D ones. Okay, so you can see here, so all the columns are placed. Okay, uh, so just to get a better view you can change it to realistic. Okay, see. Okay, so make it realistic for better view, for better understanding. Okay, now come to ground floor roof. Okay, so now we are going to place here the columns. Similarly we are going to place here. Okay, so we are going to place this similarly. Just we have to click it. Okay, so I'm placing it one by one. Okay, so let's go to 3D and let's see. So yeah, we have successfully placed the columns till your ground floor roof. Okay, but one thing, let me show you that suppose let me tell you, from here you can change the base level. Okay, and the top level. Right now the base level is, so let me go to ground floor. Yeah, so it is from ground, the base level, okay, to the top level is your ground floor roof. Okay, so let me show you one, how can you change that. Let me place here one of the column. Okay, just click here. The base level is your foundation and top level, let me change it to this ground floor roof. Okay, now just apply it. Okay, now go to 3D. So you can see that here it is done directly, it is placed directly from the foundation level to your ground floor roof. Okay, so you can place in this way also directly. Okay, just by changing the base level and the top level. Okay, so I have shown you all the, but as of now let me delete this, we don't want it, just to show you. So as of now I have shown you all the possible way how to place the foundation, how to place the column. Okay, so next we are going to place model our beam. Okay, so now next, after column, now we are going to model the beam. Okay, so the procedure is same, you have to go to structure and just select on beam. So here I'm selecting 300 into 300 mm. Okay, so you just need to click and just drag it. Okay, so let me first model the outer beams. Okay, then I'm going to model the inner beams. Okay. So now we are going to model the inner beams. Okay, okay, so we are not going to model beam here because we are going to model the staircase over here. Okay, so let's see in the 3D. Okay, now let's go to the ground floor and start drawing the will be 300 into 300. So now let's see whether all the beams and columns are placed properly or not. Okay, so hopefully everything is placed. Okay, ground floor, ground floor roof, so everything is placed properly here. Let me delete this beam because we don't want this. We have to model the staircase here. Okay, now let's go to 3D and yeah, it's done properly, isn't it? So now we can go and see the analytical model. Okay, so here you can see that all the elements are properly joined. Okay, you can see here. So this is the actual analytical model. Okay, so all the elements are connected properly here. So now if we are going to import this to robot structure, then we won't be facing any kind of problem for analysis. Okay, as all the elements are joined properly. So this shows that our model is 100% correct. Okay, so if it is not properly aligned, the model, then it have shown here that this part is not aligned with this beam, this column is not aligned with this beam. Okay, so we can be pretty sure from this that it is 100% correct and our model is 100% correct. And if you want to import this file to analytical model to robot, then we won't be facing any kind of problem. Okay, so we have completed the modeling of column and beam. Okay, so the next part is your slab. Okay, so now we are going to model our slab. So right now we are in the ground floor roof. Okay, and in this region we are going to model our slab. Okay, but before modeling we have to define the concrete slab, and that is very important before modeling the slab. Okay, so how to define that, let me show you. So go to structure, and there is an option called floor. Okay, so there will be a different option of floor, that is structural, architectural and slab edge. Okay, so we are going to model the structural floor. Okay, the structural slab. Okay, so just click on that. Okay, now after that you can see there are different option. Okay, of slab, like concrete commercial, concrete domestic, generic, in situ, but we want something else, and it is not present here, so we have to define that separately. Okay, so we want a pure concrete slab of 150 mm. Okay, so because we cannot choose all this because their properties are different. Okay, so we have to define separately. So just now let me select generic 300 mm. Okay, and then go to the edit type, and here first of all we have to duplicate. Okay, so let me write here 150 mm slab. Okay, now just click on OK. So now in the type parameters in the construction panel, you have to, in the structure you have to go to the edit. Okay, so in edit you can see there is an option called structure. Under function and material there is a by category. Okay, and then thickness. So first of all we have to define the material here. Okay, so for that what we have to do is just click here. Now here we are going to define our material. Okay, so you can see there are different options. So just in search I'll be writing concrete. So you'll be getting all the options related to concrete. Okay, so there are different options of concrete here. Cast in situ. So I'm choosing this concrete cast in gray. Okay, so just click OK, and I'm going to change the thickness. Let me make it 150 because we want 150 mm thickness. Okay, now just click on OK. Okay, OK. Now you can see that the floor has successfully uploaded here in the property box. Okay, this one. Okay, so now we are have already defined the slab here. So now we are going to model it. Okay, so we are going to model the slab in this region, that is in the ground floor roof. So there are different options through different tools through which we can draw our model our slab. So we can use either peak support or peak walls. Okay, or rectangle. We can also use line to model our slab, but as of now I'm using line because it's a very basic plan, so we don't need we can use lines easily to model it. Okay, so we don't need to use the peak support or like peak walls. Okay, so let's use the line and start modeling our slab. So from this corner, from this end point, I'm starting to model my slab from end point to end point. Okay, so remember one thing, it should be in a closed loop. Okay, so just if it won't be in closed loop, then it won't define it, it will show some error. Okay, so just remember that. So I'm excluding this staircase part because we don't need slab here. We are going to model our staircase over here. Okay, so we are done with this. Now just click on finish edit. One element is completely inside another. Okay, so it is done. Let us see in the 3D. Let us make it realistic. Shade it. Okay, so now let us start modeling of the slab of ground level. So similarly go to structure floor and start modeling it. Okay, so it is done. Let's go into 3D. Okay, so modeling of the slab for both the floors is done. So now we are going to model a staircase slab. For that, first you have to go to ground level. So we are going to model in the ground level first. Okay, so this is the staircase part. Okay, So basically what we have to do is that we are going to in a similar manner we have to place the slab here. So go to flow, structural flow, and now I'm going to use your 200 slab. Okay, so this time I'm not going to use your line command, I'm going to use a rectangle command to model my slab. Okay, so for that just click on rectangle, and from this point to this point. Okay, so just finish the edit mode. So here is an arrow showing warning highlighted floors overlap. Okay, so we have to take this warning seriously, because otherwise we can face some kind of problem whenever we will be doing the staircase modeling. Okay, so it's better to rectify it now. Okay, so for that what we have to do, just double click here, just click on this and double click. Edit boundary, you can go to the edit boundary option as well. So I'm going to bring it till here. Okay, yeah, now it is solved. Okay, let's go to 3D and let's see it. So here you can see that the slab is modeled here. Okay, so this is the landing. Okay, now what we have to do is that we have to draw here, model another slab, and that will be the mid landing slab. Okay, so let's go to ground floor, ground level. Okay, go to flow, structural flow, the same, we'll be taking the 200 just take it rectangle. Okay, okay, showing the same warning. No worries, let us edit the boundary again. Okay, there shouldn't be any kind of overlap. Okay, okay, then select this, bring till here. Okay, yeah, now it's okay. Let's go to 3D. So now we have to move this mid landing slab in the Z direction, because as it is a mid landing slab, so it should be between here somewhere in the middle. Okay, so what we have to do is just select it. Okay, now from here in the property box we have to change the height offset here. Okay, so I hope you have remembered that the distance between this to here, it's about 3400 Okay, so I'm going to enter here, so I'm going to put it at the middle, so just make it 1700 Okay, so yeah, it is done here. Okay, so now it's at the height of 1700. Okay, So next what we have to do is that now we have to, this is the mid landing slab, isn't it? Now we have to create a mid landing beam with this mid landing slab. Okay, so for that what we have to do is that just go to ground floor. Okay, uh, go to structure, and here go to the option of structural framing, and I'm taking the same section whatever I have taken before, so it's 300 into 300. Okay, now I'm going to model here our beam. Okay, so it's done. Now let's go to 3D. Okay, so this is the beam. Okay, so just select it. Okay, so we have to put this in this part. So after selecting, just go downward in the property box. Okay, so under geometric position, here we have to change the value of Z offset value. Okay, so we have to enter here the same value, that is 1700 mm. Okay, so just apply it. Okay, now it's done. Hopefully it is done here. Okay, so you can see we have modeled the mid landing slab and the mid landing beam here. Okay, so the slab which we have modeled here, we have to model the same slab in this ground floor roof. Okay, so for that what we have to do, just go to the elevation, any of this elevation. So I'm selecting the south elevation, and from south elevation select the slab. Okay, let us see in the 3D. Okay, no, it's not the slab, this is the slab. So let's check in 3D. Yeah, it is selected, isn't it? Now we are going to copy this. Okay, just copy here. Okay, after copy, make sure that the constraint and multiple both are unchecked. Okay, so it shouldn't be checked here, otherwise you are going to face problem. So from the end point, let's okay, let us here's the arrow showing the highlighted floors overlap. Let's go to 3D. Okay, and just go to the let's check it. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's go to the ground floor roof. Okay, and here this is the slab. Let's go to the edit boundary. Let's check it. Okay, it's okay now. Yeah, it's okay now. So it's not showing any kind of error now. That means the modeling is okay. Okay, now go to 3D and let's see here. So now as we have modeled these three slab, okay, so now what we have to do is that we have to model the same slab, but now we are going to model an inclined slab from this floor to this mid landing. Okay, that means from the ground level to this mid landing we are going to draw a inclined slab. Okay, so how we can do that? Go to the ground level floor. Okay, here go to floor, structure, floor, and from here we are going to take the 200 slab. Okay, now come to modify, and here I'm going to use this rectangle. Okay, so just we need to model the slab here. Okay, so from this point to this point. Okay, now the next thing what we need to do here is that we have to change some kind of settings here. Okay, and we have to set this slope arrow. Before changing the setting we have to set this slope arrow and the span direction. Okay, so first of all I'm going to change the span direction here, so just select on this and I'm going to change in this side. Okay, now the next thing what we are going to do is that I'm going to set that slope arrow here. So this is an option called slope arrow. So this is normally used to add the arrows. Okay, slope arrows. Okay, so just select it. So as the inclination will be from this point to this point, so we're going to draw here. Just take the midpoint and just click at the end point. Okay, so this is the direction of our slope from this point to the this point. Okay, so after we have set this slope arrow, now we have to change some kind of properties here. Okay, so first of all height offset, I have to change its height offset to 0. Okay, because we don't want any kind of offset here. Okay, now level at tail. Okay, so it will be at the ground level. Okay, so this is a tail and it is at the ground level. Now the level at head. Okay, so this one also we are going to choose the ground level. So we are going to choose both that head and tail at the same point, that is the ground level. Okay, but here's a trick that we are going to change the height offset here. Okay, so now I'm going to change the height offset to 1700. Okay, 1700 okay, that means here at the mid landing. Okay, where the mid landing slab is placed, I have given the height offset at that level. Okay, now just apply it. Okay, so we have done the setting here, property settings. Now just click on finish edit mode. Okay, and let's go to 3D and let's see it. So you can see here how easily we have done this, how easily we have modeled this slab. Okay, with concept. Okay, so concept is more important than the your modeling. Okay, so now as we have modeled this 3 slab and now the incline slab, now we are going to model another slab from here to here. Okay, so now we are going to model the staircase slab from this point to this point. Okay, so we are going to follow the same procedure, just a little bit changement in the your properties. Okay, so go to ground floor roof. Okay, and then select your structural floor. So we are taking the same floor slab 200 Okay, just go to rectangle. Now we are going to model from here, from this point to this point. Okay, so it is done. So next we are going to change the span direction, and then now the slope arrow. So it will be in the same direction from tail, from top to this. This is the tail and this is the head. Okay, remember that this is the tail and this is the head. Okay, and the direction will be from here to here. Okay, so now in the properties panel, we are going to change some kind of properties here from the constraint part. Okay, so level at tail, definitely it will be your ground floor roof. Okay, and height offset I'm going to make it as 0. Okay, now level at head, it will be also your ground floor roof. Okay, but now we are going to change the height offset. That means now both the tail and your head is in the same position, that is in the ground floor roof. Okay, but we have to change that. Okay, so what we are going to do is that we are going to move this head your this time not at +1 1700. Now we are going to enter here -1700. Okay, so till the it will move till the mid landing slab. Okay, so just type here -1700, apply. So we are done with that. Now just click here finish edit mode. Okay, now just go to 3D and let us see. So you can see here it is already modeled. Okay, and it is perfectly done here, you can see. Okay, so this is how you can model your staircase slab. Okay, so after modeling the staircase slab, okay, the next thing what we are going to do is a very important part. Okay, so we are going to tackle some kind of modeling issues. Okay, so that means we are going to check whether our model is correct or not, which is very important topic out of all. Okay, the reason is that, okay, suppose if we check in the 3D, you can see that there is no kind of gap between any of this element, any of these members. So can you see here any kind of gap between these members? No, isn't it? Let me show you. You can see there is no kind of gap between any of this element in the 3D. Okay, that means every element is connected with each other perfectly. Okay, but that's not the case, my dear. If we go to the analytical model, let me show you. If you go to the analytical model, you can see some kind of gap here. Can you see here? Yeah, exactly. Some kind of gap in this part. Okay, let's see the other side. Yeah, you can see here now. See some kind of gap here. We don't have any gap here, so it's okay, perfectly okay. We have only gap in between these two slabs. Okay, that means the members are not joined here. Okay, and I think it's a very big problem. Okay, because if you go for a structure analysis further with the same model, okay, then it can create a very huge difference in your analysis result. Okay, because if you are going to apply load here in this part, then it is not going to transfer to this part, like to this slab or to these beams. Okay, and obviously this is a very big problem. But if you see the same model here in the 3D, you won't find any kind of such kind of gap here between the elements. Okay, you can't find any kind of such gap. You can see here. So I didn't find any kind of problem in this 3D, okay, but there is a big problem in the analytical model. So the main point is that how to overcome this problem. So if you face any kind of such kind of problem during your modeling, then how to overcome that? Let me show you that first, okay. So to solve this problem, just come to ground floor roof, okay, and here just select the slab which we have modeled here, okay. Then just double click it, okay. So what we have to do is that just select it, okay. Let's go to analytical model. So we have to change here in this part, okay. For roof, yeah, just extend it a little bit, okay, and just now go to analytical model and let us see. We have to do a little more of that, okay. Yeah, now you can see maybe there is a kind of gap till now. Let us just a second do this. Yeah, yeah, now it is done. So similarly we have to solve this issue also. So go to ground floor roof and now just select this, double click, select it and just extend it a bit till this point and just finish it. Just go to analytical model and let's see it. No gap. There is a gap. We need to just change the scale, then it would be better to visualize it. So ground floor roof, just still okay. So like this. Let's see the analytical model. It's a little bit difficult to join that. So let's go here. it's very difficult to maintain the gap actually. ज़्यादा भी नहीं करना है, कम भी नहीं होना चाहिए. Okay. Yeah, now it is perfectly alright. Okay. So now we are going to follow the same step for the another slab here. Okay. So just maintain the same gap. Okay. Then it will be alright. It's not done. It is done. Yeah. Now it is perfectly done, and you can say that now the model is 100% correct. Okay. So whenever, so just remember one thing, that this kind of problems, this kind of modeling issues are not at all visible in the 3D. So you cannot visualize all these problems in the 3D part. So always remember, just if you want to tackle all these issues, then go to the analytical model and just watch all the members, whether they are connected properly or not. Okay, all the elements. Okay, so there is no use of going to 3D and just checking it out. Okay, so it's better to go to the analytical model and just check all the members, okay, before you do any kind of analysis, okay, for your model. So now the next thing which we are going to do is that we are going to replicate our model, okay, till your third floor. Yeah, till your third floor roof. Okay, so I'm going to show you the proper way to replicate your model. Okay, so before that, let me go to the analytical analytical 2D plan. Okay, so this is an analytical 2D model for your ground level, and this one is for the ground floor roof. Okay, so I have to rename it. So this will be your ground level analytical model, and this will be your ground floor roof analytical model. Okay, so now it's done. Now let's go to 3D and we'll see how we can do the replication. So now let's start the process of replication. Okay, so for that, what you have to do, so we are going to select every elements above your ground level, okay, for the replication process. Okay, so let's select the items first. Whatever items we want to replicate it, we have to select that first. Okay, so just select it. Okay, from left to right, I'm going to select all the elements whichever I want to replicate. So I've selected here. Okay, so I have selected here all the columns, beams, slabs, staircase, but the main problem is that I don't want to select these levels. Okay, you can see the levels are also selected here. Let me select it again. Yeah, the levels are also selected here. So to unselect it, what you have to do is that just, so now I'm going to unselect these levels. To unselect that means not the levels, so whatever you want to unselect from your selection, you can just click on shift, okay, and click in your mouse button. so it will get unselected. So I'm unselecting this as well. Okay, so now if you want to unselect these layers, okay, so you want to, so I'm unselecting this as well. um, you can unselect these layers, okay, from by using the VZ command also, and round out this layer, okay. But as of now I'm not doing that, okay. So this is the other options. You can hide your layer, you can go to the VZ and you can hide all this layer, because we don't want these layers in our application process. So exactly these are the elements we want to replicate, okay. Now just press Ctrl C, okay. Now come here, just click on Ctrl C, okay. After Ctrl C, pressing the Ctrl C, you will see the paste option is visible here. Just click here and select the align to selected level. So we have to select the levels where we want to replicate our model, okay. So right now the first floor roof is selected here, and just press on Control and just click on the levels you want to replicate. So as of now I want to replicate in the ground floor, second floor roof and the third floor roof, okay, and just click on OK. So you can see the process is going on here. The replication will be done as, yeah, now it is done here. Some kind of problem is showing. Let me see. I think it's okay. Okay. So in this way you have to do the replication, okay, and it's so simple. So this is our complete model without any problem. So see how good it is looking here. So let's go to the analytical model and let's see here. Hopefully we won't find any kind of problem here. So everything is looking fine and good over here, okay. Every elements are joined and connected here. I'm not finding any kind of problem, okay. So this is the way how you can replicate your model. Let's go to 3D once and let's see here. So this is the your ground floor roof, first, second, third, okay. So next we are going to model a mumty wall, okay. So we have to provide a roof over this staircase here, okay. So we have to provide a roof over the staircase. Obviously we are not going to let our staircase to open like this, okay. So for that what we have to do is that first of all for that let us go to any of the elevation, because we have to add or create here level first to create the mumty wall, okay. So without creating a level we cannot create that, okay. So go to any of this elevation. So let's go to the south elevation, okay. So now we are in the south elevation. So here we are going to add a new level, okay. So go to structure, level. Now I'm going to take these peak lines, okay, and here I'm going to take an offset of 3000, okay. So just click on this level of 4th floor and create the level here. So you can see here that we have this level, new level at 20,000, okay, and now we have to rename it, okay. So I'm going to rename it as top of stairs, top of stair, okay. So done. So now we have created a new level here to create our Mumty wall, okay. So now next go, now we will be creating the our column beams, okay, slab, okay. For that, let us go to the top of the stairs. So here you can see that nothing is visible here, so it is impossible to create here any type of columns, okay, for the Mumty walls. So then go to 3D. So is it possible to create a column beam in the 3D? Again, it is not possible to create in such a way. So let me show you some other tricks through which you can model it very quickly, okay. So just select it, okay, and here the top level you have to change to top of stairs and just hit apply, okay. Now select the other 3 columns, just press Ctrl and select the other 3 columns. Similarly, change their top level, okay. Base level will be same, top level will be till the top of stairs, okay. So you can see very easily we have created our columns till your Mumty wall, okay. This is the Mumty level, okay. Now go to top of stairs. Now you can see that the columns are visible here, okay. So the next thing what we are going to do is that we are going to place the beams, we are going to model the beams for this. So just go to so next we are going to place the slab, okay. Go to structure, floor structural. So this time we are going to take 150 mm slab. Select this rectangle, finish edit mode, just go to 3D. So here you can see it is all right, okay. So we need to check it in the analytical model once whether it is all right or not. Yeah, it is absolutely all right here. So your model is 100% correct. So as we have completed our modeling, so the next part is that we need to provide the support condition, okay, and then we have to delete this AutoCAD plan, okay, because we don't need this further, okay. So just to provide the supports, you have to go to analysis tab, okay, and here you will get an option called the boundary condition, Okay, so just select that. So now we have to provide our supports. Okay, but it's better to provide the supports in the analytical model. So just go to the analytical model, and now we are going to provide it one by one. Just click it. You just need to click on this, and the support condition will be provided. So you go to 3D. Okay, so you can see here the supports are provided here. Okay, now our model is ready to export in the robot structural analysis for further structural detailing. Okay, and we'll see that structural detailing in our second part, that is in the part 2. But now we are going to see how we can export our file from Revit to the robot structural analysis. Okay, but before that, let me delete this AutoCAD plan because we don't need this. Just right click and delete. Okay, just right click and delete it. So here you are getting a warning that the pin objects were not deleted. To delete them up, unpin them before using delete. Okay, because it is, this plan is pinned, so we have to unpin it. Okay, before we delete it. So this is here, so just uncheck it. So now it is unpinned. Okay, now you can delete it. Yeah, it is done. So now our model is completely ready. Okay, so now we can export our model into the robot structural analysis. So guys, now we are in the last part of this video, that is we have to now export our model to robot structure analysis. Okay, and in the next part of our video, which will be uploaded very soon, okay, there I'll be showing all the how to provide the load cases, how to use our code, how to select the codes, then how to do the reinforcement detailing and all other things. Okay, so but now we have to first of all export it to robot structural analysis. Okay, so for that what you have to do is that this is our model, so we have already modeled our structure. Okay, now just go to the analysis tab. Okay, and there is an option called robot structure analysis. Okay, so you have to download and install this software. Okay, if you want me to make a video on this, then I will definitely make it. Okay, so first of all you have to download it, install it, then activate it. Then you will get some kind of here under analysis tab you can see this robot structure analysis icon here. Okay, you can wait, let me show you. See, this is the icon of robot structure analysis. Okay, so something like this. So now let me export our file, our model to robot structure analysis. Okay, so there is a drop down box, and here you have to choose on there will be two options. One will be reinforcement code check and other will be robot structure analysis link. So you have to link it. Okay, so then you will get a window here. Okay, the direction of integration will Autodesk robot structure analysis send model. Definitely exactly we want to send our model here, isn't it? So we don't want to make any kind of changes in this window. Okay, then type for integration, it will be direct integration. Okay, and then just you have to click on OK. So you can see it will take a little time to export our file. Okay, then you will see here a warning that sending to robot structure analysis completed. Warning has been reported. Do you want to see the warning events report? Yes. So here some kind of like related to load and all, but don't worry, till now we have not applied any kind of load, so no need to worry about this warning list. So just close it. Okay, So guys, you can see here, this is the interface of the robot structure analysis. We have successfully exported our model to robot structure analysis for further detailing. Okay, so this is our complete model. You can see all the levels here, all the supports. These are all the stories. Okay, here. So these are the plans. Okay, so this is the end of my first part of this complete tutorial series. And guys, if you are interested in learning the complete detailed course for Revit structure, then you can definitely visit our official application and enroll my course. It's a complete detailed course from basic to advanced level, okay, as per industry level. So guys, catch you in the second part with robot structure analysis software. Till then, keep learning and keep growing. Myself Anupama signing out of this video. Thank you.